thing you're going to see here coming in from Hyperlane. So if you have been doing Hyperlane since the first season and continuously after the airdrop, okay, so you might want to claim your season 2. Okay, pre-claim. They've given you about 2 weeks to do it. So you want to claim .hyperlane.foundation. Okay, to start claiming your Hyperlane season 2 drop. Okay, so if you have spent at least a minimum of $3, and if you have been doing Hyperlane since March till June, that's where you will be qualifying for the airdrop, right? So you can be able to check on this link here. Right, so this link is where you can be able to check. So you might want to check your address and see whether you're qualified or not. If so, then you might want to connect wallet and you want to start claim. So the registration process opens on 28th of July, ends on 11th of August. So you're roughly about less than 10 days to get it done. Because if you don't do it, then definitely will be your amount will be burned or forfeit. Or it will goes back to the Hyperlane Foundation. So you might want to get it done. Okay, and of course, the amount of allocation will not know. You just show whether you're eligible or not. That's all. Okay, so you need to spend a minimum of $3 and above. Okay, proportion of periods total fees, hyperstrict multiplier, canonical interop boost plus application and user split. So yeah, I mean, if you have been doing all this, you should at least qualify for this second season drop, right? Okay, then moving on next, coming in from Succinct. So Succinct airdrop, they have already done. You might want to go and, but you need to check first. Your checker is the only thing that you can do now. And you need to register your wallet by 3rd of August, which is tomorrow, right? Last day, which is tomorrow, you might want to get it done for Succinct. And if for those of you who have been gotten quite a huge allocation, then congratulations to you. I think this is quite well. They have a sufficient funding, I think about 50 million funding, not say 50 or 60 million for Succinct. And I think a lot of people are eating quite well on this. Okay. All right, so I think influencer eats more. And yeah, some of them who really did well, who really pay attention on the criteria, okay, they're definitely hitting. So get it done, paste your address here, whether you're eligible. So if eligible, then you might want to proceed to register. So yeah. And then moving on next, you're going to see here coming in from 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. So 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀 is under the SUI ecosystem. And finally, they have airdrop. I think this is the liquid staking platform. Okay. And I think the team have played out with the committee again. So we can see here, in order for you to claim the airdrop, you have to pay a fee. So this guy, he needs to pay 238 to claim 282. Okay. Net of negative $44. Can you imagine that? I really cannot imagine. All the work that you put in, end up you're at a loss. Or you had to wait for 3 months to avoid penalty. So all kind of funny type of terms and conditions set by this type of airdrop committee, or probably by this founders, because I think towards end of the bull run, towards Q4, you know that the bull run will definitely end. So they will try whatever means to delay or to allow people to withdraw or to cash out a little amount rather than the whole thing, right? So yeah, this is the situation right now with 𝗧𝗺𝗺𝗀𝗀. So if you have been doing quite well on this, maybe you might want to consider again on claiming, because I think the fees is more than the airdrop that you're going to get. And if he's going to claim, he's going to be at a loss here, $44 loss. Okay, $44 loss. Then moving on next, we have Milkyway, also another disappointment. Like I said, anything in Cosmos ecosystem, prepare for disappointment. This is also another liquid recycling platform. And again, this is the second season, phase 2. Okay, you can start claiming. Okay, to qualify for phase 2, you have to stake at least a minimum of 10 milk tokens, okay, to get your 25%. Now, another criteria here for phase 3 you have to stake at least a minimum of $10 worth of Celestia, Initial, and I think other token, okay, that is equivalent to 10 USD, right? Baby, Initial, and Celestia, Milkyway, which is also another utter nonsense. I can say that. Ridiculous. Okay, why would people like us who have been providing liquidity and then end up you have to do all these nonsense stuff? Correct. So yeah, they shifting the goalposts here and there, making us to do the tango. So these are the things, okay, about liquid restaking and Cosmos. Okay, when there is a passive airdrop, prepare for disappointment. And this is the type of disappointment, okay, that you will not expect. Probably going on with Q4, maybe you might be surprised there could be another disappointment with this type of liquid restaking platform. So yeah, I think if you have been doing, I have already stopped until phase 2. After phase 2, I'm done. I'm not going to do this nonsense of staking $10 worth of this token, because I believe this one will definitely go down. And the value is depreciating by the time I stake. That's the thing. So why the hell would I want to continue with another phase 3 and phase 4, the last two phases? I'd rather stop at phase 2 and then sit. I'm not going to bother anymore. Okay, so there's Milkyway. And then next, we're going to see her coming in from Linea. So Linea, I think it's been a while. And I believe they are going to airdrop their token by August, I think so. I have a strong feeling once they release the tokenomics, and then the checker is next. Okay, probably could be the first or second week of August, and then probably by end of August, maybe launching of the Linea token. Okay, so tokenomics, we can see 85% for the ecosystem, 10% for early users and contributors, which is us, airdrop. Then 75% dedicated to ecosystem growth, which is, I believe, is for 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀, not mistaken. Okay, so yeah, overall, if we look here, you can also even check your eligibility here, Linea airdrop checker. Okay, you're going to see whether or not you qualify. Okay, because I think there are a lot of speculation mentioning that there is a certain cap of 𝗧𝗶 that we will limit or they will qualify. Okay, maybe they set a minimum of 1,005 of 𝗧𝗶. While less than 1,005 will be disqualified, right? So yeah, and then your proof of criminality, your age of wallet, how many transactions you have done. These are the things that you will take note of. So yeah, I think really looking forward for the Linea airdrop. I'm not too optimistic about the allocation that I'm going to get, because I don't want to have high hopes, okay, on my harvest. Okay, 2 years been grinding, and we're going to see whether or not the Linea able to deliver based on the L2 ecosystem. Will Linea able to surpass Arbitrum? That's the only thing now I'm looking at. Because they have a huge funding by consensus, I think about 725 million. Okay, so huge funding, I would expect probably a huge delivery coming in from them. So hopefully they can be able to deliver. And then moving on next, we have Sapien airdrop. So their drop is coming soon. Okay, tokenomics have already been released 1 billion token supply. And then they were looking forward with staking, rewards, and governance, voting purposes. Total supply of 130 million is allocated for airdrops. And then fully unlocked at TGE, which is very good. And then we look here, include 0.5% for cookie snappers. Probably this could be NFTs. But if we're gonna see how much is the funding, right? Then only we can tell, is it really worth it? So that's the thing for Sapien, right? So yeah, just hold on to it. If you've been doing, then maybe continue to grind, continue to push your transaction. Okay, and then last but not least, we're gonna see coming in from Naoris protocol. So Naoris protocol, I think another delay again, especially for those of us who are farming, because I think this is only for those people who have bought the pre-sale token or during the IDO phase. Now they can able to get claim their tokens and start trading. But people like us who have been farming this, they're owning the extension 24/7. I think they will only release next quarter, Q4. Okay, so Q4 is the setup. So I think a lot of people misunderstood. Okay, TGE is only for those people who bought the token during the IDO phase or the pre-sale. So it's not for the airdrop. It's not, so there's no checker yet for those people who are doing the airdrop. So airdrop is in Q4, right? So then how to do it exactly? It's better to put the TGE first before the airdrop, so that when it's airdrop time, price will be steady. And then together with TGE. Right, yeah, which is also, I believe, very true. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to see how are they going to deliver for Q4. So continue, for those of you guys who have been doing Naoris, continue with it. Continue to on 24/7 until Q4, hopefully by September, because August will be the last of Q3. And then September onwards will be Q4 all the way to December, right? So yeah,